Hey, we are here, and this is the last Facebook Live of the day. It seems to be that's your sweet spot. If I'm going to get a Facebook Live with you, you're going to close out the show. You did it for Europe, too. In New York, I didn't get you.
Yes.
So, but you just came off stage. You had your tech panel, and you were on stage with, I didn't even say who I'm with. Our CTO, Ravi.
Yes.
I think everyone knows who you are, though, at this point. But you just were on stage. You had the tech panel. You were with Don Chamberlain, Mike Carey. We had that live streamed on YouTube. But tell us, for those of us that missed it, why should they tune in? And then also, just in your opinion, how do you think it went?
So that was our a phenomenal tech panel with Mike and Don on the stage. Two stalwarts of database who have been doing database research and development for the last 40 odd years. And first was to get their perspective on the evolution of the databases, how it has gone from relational to object to XML, and the lessons learned from there, and how what we are building now is an advancement, a quantum leap to how the evolution has really happened, and how in all of this the language SQL plays a common thread and a theme, and how we have extended it now to address the challenges of a new data model, which is the JSON, which is not flat like the tables used to be. So that is where the excitement is for someone like Don to see that SQL still being something that we have extended for a more complex data structure than a table, which is just rows and columns, to now a JSON, which is much more sophisticated, and how we have brought all these things together, operational and analytical databases into one platform, and doing it in such a fashion that one workload doesn't impede the other. So the magic of bringing that together and having one common programming model, which has so far not existed on a NoSQL platform. So that's the sort of computer science advancement which is actually leading to the rest of the business results that people will get to see. At the end of all of this, what's the advantage? Is that you're basically programming to the same way that you had basically done for relational databases. At the same time, now because of the way we have built this in one platform, the time to insight is finally decreased substantially. So that is a quantum leap, and that's what excites these stalwarts who have seen every evolution, every version of a database. So that's what you should tune in to see, how people who have really built this over last 40 odd years, how they see their perspective, the history of it, and why what we have now done is significant to the extent that it excites Don to go write a book about this. So that's what I would say was a major motivation and inspiration for me here.
Makes sense. And very true. He did write a book, and as you may be able to see behind, we have the after party going on. Don's signing his books.
Yes.
So just a couple more questions. I want you to be able to get to the after party.
Yes.
But this morning you had your own keynote.
Yes.
You included Sachin on stage. Talk to us about how do you think that went? Again, we also did live stream that, so I know that a lot of people checked that out already. But for those of us for those of those that didn't, why should they also check that out?
Yeah. So the keynote, my basic theme of the keynote was how we are bringing analytical capabilities to Couchbase, and how it's seamlessly now going from operational to analytical. So far, Couchbase was used to run the businesses of massive scale and interaction, and how the same platform can now tell you what to change in your business for better optimized outcomes of the business, and what to change to. So understand your business better and make actionable insights so that you can now optimize your business. So that's the whole theme. And what we showed on stage was a demo for the first time where you could actually see how without the usual trappings and the complications and all the work that it takes to do an ETL, we showed within 10 minutes how you can turn any input that is coming into your operational system, observe that, take an action, and turn that into an actionable insight. So how eventing can transform the data, and how it can now, without ETL, move it into an analytical system and find the insight all on stage live. We showed it on our build running on the cloud. So I think it's pretty significant, and people should watch that to see how we've really done that and see how it resonates with them, and hopefully it inspires people to go build newer applications which so far people haven't imagined to be possible in one platform.
Yeah, the live demos are always something that's really cool to me, because you are taking that risk. Like,
Yes.
is it definitely going to work? Like, there's always that risk. So, thus far,
Yes.
you're 3 for 3 when I've been there.
Yeah.
Just saying, I might be the lucky charm. I don't know. No, but the last question is, I would say overall, this day has been about analytics.
Mm-hmm.
It's the introduction of analytics that we have. And we made the announcement. What is it that our customers need to know? If there's one thing from you that around analytics, what is it that they need to know that sets us apart from this?
So for the first time in the NoSQL world, people can actually do analytics without having to cross the programming language boundary. There's one programming language, which is our nickel, and we have extended for analytics as well. And so that is the one main thing, is that you don't have to jump a programming language and jump a platform, which is why the new programming language comes in. So you don't have to take a operational, which could be any of the NoSQL vendors, and eventually when you go to the analytics, you go to Hadoop and all that stuff. So you can just eliminate that whole thing. In one platform you can do this. The reason why the oldest thing works is the insight that I want everyone to have, is that so far all databases, relational systems especially, impose the schema, and then on that schema you can write the data into the database. So it was always schema first, data next. This leads to all the brittlety in the pipeline of moving data, of integration and all that stuff. That completely goes away with a system like that. Is the main thing, if you will. The impedance is taken away because we are data first and schema next. And that makes the whole data flow from operational to analytical in a seamless manner. And now you can inspect the data on the analytical side with the same query language and derive the insights there. Because of our sort of no schema or semi-structured, unstructured database, which is JSON based, this is possible. In the previous versions you wouldn't be able to do this thing in a relational system. So that is the key innovation in one sense that we have really introduced here. That's why we can have a hybrid analytical and operational on the same system. And with our workload isolation capability, these two can run on the same platform, one not impeding the other. So that's the real excitement here, and I would like everybody to go test this out for themselves and feel the pleasure of working on this one platform, which will both run for your operational workload as well as for your analytical workloads to derive your insights.
Well, thank you for the time. I'm definitely excited about everything that I've heard today, and the only way I could sign off the show would be with you. So for the second show in a row, CB Connect, we are signing off from Silicon Valley with the one and only Ravi. I appreciate your time.
Of course.
No handshakes today, only fist bumps because I'm sick.
Fist bumps, we'll do this.
Next time,
Yes.
handshake. But I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you guys.